at a time where we have all these pandemics and lockdowns and epidemics of all sorts, there's one epidemic in particular that I believe is flying under the radar and is not receiving enough attention. It's the epidemic of escapism. We live in a generation that chooses escapism almost any opportunity that is allotted. We we go through life and we tend to ignore reality. We ignore our current situations or the problems that we have to solve. And oftentimes we choose instead to escape. That's what video games are: porn, weed, drinking, shoot, even to some degree like vacations and stuff. They're the ability to escape. And it seems that that's most people's biggest goals, is to escape their reality, even if it's just for an instance, just for a time period. And I'll make this video a little bit more personal to myself, is that I realize is how many of these escaping activities that I was like involving myself in. And the thing is that it was only to escape my actual problems, my actual realities, things that I actually need to do. And I wonder if you guys are having similar problems, and I would assume you are. Even the self-improvement style of social media can also be viewed as just escaping, getting in your head thinking about, oh, this shit sounds good. I can't, yeah, I'm gonna start doing this and that and bang, bang, bada, boom, boom, boom. Like, the niggas speaking facts. But then the time comes and you choose to not do the work. You choose to not make any changes. Oftentimes you choose instead to escape to whatever your vice of choice is. There was a time period where I was kind of feeling really down on myself. And I noticed I had started drinking a lot. And which, well, at face value, it didn't seem like a lot to me. And I already had a bad situation where I got like blacked out that I would like to not have to relive. And that definitely killed any of my ambition to ever get like drunk again. But I'm not opposed to like a little drink here or there, get a little tipsy, as long as I'm still in control. That's the biggest thing. And but slowly I noticed that I was drinking almost every day. Just like a little glass. Like, this wasn't social drinking. This was by myself drinking. And like, it would be nothing crazy, but like I'd pour like a glass or something like the end of the night. And sometimes I'd couple it with some weed. And once again, these are all just me trying to escape my reality. I would call myself sitting down, trying to relax, trying to gather my thoughts. Maybe this is what I would use is like, oh, this is a turning point for me. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna enjoy this, and the next thing you know, I'm gonna get into whatever the fuck I got to get into. But instead, I just get into more escapism activities. Because we're obsessed to the easy dopamine, the easy sense of fulfillment. Like, if you're playing a video game and you're actually doing something, you're nice with it. You top 10,000 in fucking the world. Like, you're nice. Unfortunately, no one cares. And unfortunately, it's not doing much for you. unless you're getting paid for it. So like I do battle with the idea of what are things you do just for fun and things you do to actually push the ball forward. Because I understand now, like, you can't just completely cross out fun or live this super life where all you do is work, unless you like that. If you like that and all you do is work and you're happy with it, by all means, just do that. But for majority of you guys can't just work flat out all the time, nonstop. So you get into these escapism habits. Now, I think ultimately you need to make some sort of life where you don't feel the need to escape. And I think that's where the beauty of workaholics, like, why they really enjoy their life, because they enjoy the work. There is no need to escape. Like we as normal people will sit here and say, "Oh, you work too much. You're doing too much. When are you gonna take time to have some fun?" And it's like, well, what's fun? Going out, drinking, being in a huge crowd of people you don't fucking know, listening to music, dulling your senses with weed. Is this fun? Is this the fun that we all aspire for? And one way I look at that is that everyone does that. Everyone has this fun. So how fun can it really be if everyone can do it? No matter how you look at things, there's always a top and there's always a bottom. And if you ask me, this is low level fun. Very low level. Anyone can do it. There is no barrier to entry. The entry is that you can pay the $20 to get into the venue and maybe get a couple drinks. And that's it. And then now you're in this room with a whole bunch of random ass fucking people. Unless you're getting hoes. If you're getting hoes, fair enough. Hoes are fun. But the rest of this shit is like, like, what are you doing? And I say that to say that even that is a form of escape. You were simply escaping your reality. Most people that are weekend warriors, they go out every weekend or every week. They're regulars in their bars or their local clubs or whatnot. It's because they just need to escape from life. Life is beating their ass and they're tired of it. So they look to escape. They look for the video games. They look for the porn. They look for the weed. They look for the alcohol to escape their reality. So this is to all my brothers and followers that are, I don't want to say followers, but to all my brothers. We got to figure out a way to get it where life is the escape. We don't need to escape. We don't need all this extra shit to live a good life, to be happy with yourself, to feel successful, to feel some pride in what you're doing. Your life needs to be your escape. You need to wake up every morning and be like, fuck. I think there's two ways to wake up. One, if you're not where you need to be, you need to wake up with some fire. Some fire to attack life. Not to attack any other bullshit. Life. And that could mean a lot of things for you guys. Maybe you're not in shape, so you really need to start getting in shape. Maybe your money's low, so you really got to start getting your money up. Maybe you need to improve your relationships, because maybe your relationship's not doing too well. Side tangent, a relationship is also a great escape. But either way, you need to wake up and identify these problems that you have in your life. You need to attack them full force, like you're going to war. We've lost this sense. In fact, I think ultimately that's the cure of this escapism, is that we need to realign ourselves with the purpose to fight. And whatever your battle is, you need to get up and you need to fight that battle, because we all have them. instead of just ignoring them or putting them to the side. Wake up and fight. Get in shape. Get your money up. You will realize that playing the game, the actual game, the game that everyone gives a fuck about, life, is that it's the most fulfilling thing you can do. And on top of that, it'll take away this need to escape all the time, because you're doing something. You feel energy. Like one thing one reason I look positively at problems is because problems always force me to get in the game. Problems force me to make some moves. Like it's do something or die. So you got to do something. Maybe it's not always or die, but it's something that needs to be handled. That opens up my brain. Now it's like, okay, well, fuck. Well, what can I do? Gets me a little bit excited. I've noticed that I like adrenaline. I like the thrill. And maybe that's tapping into a little bit of that warrior spirit. That's the spirit we need to be tapping into. Playing the real game of life. Life is the real game. The game that everyone cares about. This is the game that matters. This is real. All this other shit is not real. It's not. It's fake. It doesn't do anything for you. They're all temporary enjoyments that just as quickly as they happen, they leave. And here's another thing is that you have like a dopamine level, like a baseline. And when you go above that baseline of dopamine, what people don't realize is that the crash is lower. Once you get off of that high, it's a lot lower. And now what happens is that your baseline starts to become lower. So the more you experience these cheap dopamines, these cheap pleasures, these little escapes that make you feel very happy in the moment. And that's the thing, is it makes you feel happy in the moment. I know all of you could attest to that. Any of these vices or escapisms that you're going to, they don't make you as happy as they used to. Don't know why that is? Because you're dropping down that baseline of dopamine.